Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part with any tarot reading is you. Wow, the Sun card. That is beautiful. This is, again, very, very strange card to get for you, Capricorn, because we're always talking about you and the Sun card. I don't know why it's been such a theme in your readings for the last few months, honestly. But it's this idea that you are becoming this radiant figure. You're letting your true self shine. Right? You're stepping into your personality, into your power. This is like your whole self, your true self. It's not just your higher self, right? It's not your personality. There's two figures on this card. That is your higher self and lower self, right? Your spirit and your soul, your personality and the beloved, right? So this is the magical being here, and this is fully you. And I think it's a process, right? Let's put that into some perspective. There, of course, is the hermit that we very often get for you, Capricorn, in your readings. Oh, look at all this, though. This is really nice. This is fantastic. This is very strong, very creative energy. I think we're learning a lot. I think we're coming to terms with things. Seems like we're going to be at peace with this. But let's select our mystery card before we get into this reading. And we're using the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is one random card that we are not going to look at until the very end. We'll put our alien right on top, Simon Mork Ripley, if you're wondering. Now, that card's going to hopefully tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay, let's take a look. Major Arcana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Major Arcana. Wow, 5 is a lot. We have some fire cards, right? We've got some water. We've got some air. We've got some earth. We've got a little bit of everything, which is good. We have a lot of this spiritual energy. And this is telling me that what's going on in your life is very serious. It's something that is happening to you kind of behind the scenes, though you probably feel it directly in your life, right? You feel that it is affecting your kind of day-to-day activities, the way you're thinking and feeling, and the things that you do and the things that are happening around you. I think this is a very serious time in your life, right? But I feel like everything is becoming so just good. I mean, look, there's nothing here that I'm concerned about. I'm looking at this Art or Temperance card, first of all, because I think, and you can confirm this by watching the last several readings for Capricorn, there's been a few challenges. There have been some things that we've had to endure to get where we are, right? You've been put through the fire, so to speak. That's the Temperance card. Tempering like steel. You get put into a hot situation, difficult situation, a challenge, right? You get banged up a little bit. You get tossed around by life. We get, well, I mean, this is the only difficult thing we have now. I feel like your fortunes are changing. I feel like things are getting so good. I feel like this card This represents that transition period between all of the difficulties, feeling that life just keeps testing us, that keeps putting us in the furnace to temper us. You get put in the fire, you get pulled out, you get banged around a little bit, you go back in the fire, right? It's just kind of a rock and a hard place. It's just back and forth. I think that's settling out now. Okay, I think the rough period, the rough phase, the rough, patch, I guess, is starting to settle out. We've got this 4 of Swords right here in the middle too. But this was the relatively rough last few months, at the very least. From what I've seen in these readings, this has been going on for a few months. It's been a challenge. We've been working and working to get ourselves to this Sun card. Go watch the other readings. It's been challenges, but we've been trying to get to this Sun, this full integration of ourselves, this equilibrium, this freedom, this creativity, really being in touch with your spirit, with your true self, letting your true self shine. Health and wealth, success, creativity. All of the things from this Sun card, this is what we want. We want to be completely in touch with our true self, our true nature. And it's from personality and, higher self, higher consciousness, divine consciousness. Those two coming together create this Sun, right? And the Sun is the equilibrium of the forces internally, pushing outwards, and gravity, right, kind of trying to crush us at the same time. So we've reached this kind of magical equilibrium, I guess, in between these forces that is allowing us to shine this tremendous light, right? If we weren't so strong internally, gravity would crush us. Our light would go out. If we had too much energy, right? If we let too much of it out, we'd kind of just like go supernova, right? We would blow. And all of our light would flash away. But we've got it in that sweet spot where we're just burning and radiant. We're sailing through life. Things are going to be really good. I think your fortunes are changing, not just in terms of life is bringing you better news. No, but you feel better. You live better. You have this radiance. You can feel the glow, right? You're going to feel the difference here. You're going to feel how strong you are. Yeah. So the fortunes are changing, yes, but you're creating them. It's difficult to explain. Hopefully you get the idea. Let's look at some of these other energies, though, because we want this peace of mind. The 4 of Swords here, this is the good news, right? The stress is going to be relieved, right? The anxiety, the frustration, the stressful, it's stressful here, right? It's stressful here. And this could be something specific, right? It could be a very stressful situation that you were in, felt like you were in the furnace, right? Maybe you're in law enforcement, maybe you're in the military. If you are, thank you for your service. This was the fire, and you've been in the fire, right? And that's very stressful, not only physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's mentally stressful. It's all around a stressful thing. And now that it's subsiding, now we're kind of stabilizing, settling down. And that's good. This is the good news here, right? The other good news is that all of that fire is strengthening you. Now you're this perfectly aligned kind of being, It really, you may not have seen it at the time, maybe you don't see it now, but it was worth it. All of that fire has really brought out the best qualities of yourself, kind of taught you what you're made of. It strengthened you, toughened you up. But it also put you in line with what's really important to you. right? This made you appreciate the things in your life that matter. Here's a Three of Cups. This is up above everything. You are giving thanks. You are celebrating yourself. You're celebrating your big turn of fortune, going from fire to just full freedom and strength and radiance. You're really glowing right now. This is a real bright spot in the universe, and it's you. And with the Three of Cups, you're giving thanks. You're showing your appreciation to the people around you, your pets, your plants, the people in your life, your loved ones. And this is a big part of who you are. You're a thoughtful person. Now, this card is kind of contrasted by this Hermit underneath. And the Hermit, this is a rather private person. You're a rather private person. You are very kind, very thoughtful. You're very deep. You're very sensitive, too. You want to be kind to people because you understand how it feels, how others' energy, what they are kind of emitting or emoting in your direction. You know how that feels because you can pick up on that. You have that sensitivity. Now, it's that kind of sensitivity that sometimes makes us want to withdraw from the world, right? You don't like bad vibes. We're just going to kind of stay away from the bad vibes. We'll stay home, And I think that's probably part of the reason why we have a lot of Cancer energy in your readings. It's kind of the opposite sign. It's kind of a little bit of the shadow nature, I think. So I think what we're kind of learning here is that because we understand what it feels like, because we do have this sensitivity, we're choosing to put love and kindness out into the world every chance we get. That's just one of the things that you are radiating as this sun, right? It's just one of your rays. It's just love and kindness going out. And then we also have this Hierophant. So I think what we're also doing is figuring out, one, we're trying to understand, perhaps intellectually maybe, what we learned in this fire. What are the skills that it taught you? If it was like a war zone, a boot camp. If it was a long stretch of difficult time in your life. Whatever it was. We have to understand what it taught us. What skills did it give you? Yeah. And then how can we use those or put those to the best use to help others, to continue with our own goals and life plans and manifestations. This card is all about transmitting knowledge, right? Knowledge comes in and then we in some way express it outwardly through our own actions, through helping others, through the work that we do, whatever it is. This is something else that you're appreciating, that you're sending love and kindness to everything that you're gaining, everything that your higher self or spirit or God, goddess, deity, or the ancestors or guardian angels or spirit guides have taught you. You're giving thanks to what you've gained from this, to what you've learned from all of this past experience. And now we're moving over to the path of the Serpent, and we've got this Eight of Pentacles. This is a real calmness. I feel like the Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, these are really thoughtful, patient cards. These are cards that it's the sun. It's the sun that is so steady and so peaceful and so warm and so loving that the plants just want to grow. That things are just kind of quietly and peacefully growing to such great abundance. you know. And I think that this is how you're looking at your life. You're seeing things improving all around you. It's like you just look around and you're just seeing plants grow, vines are coming up, flowers are blooming everywhere you look. Now, maybe this is just all new creation. Maybe this is you kind of waking up to the process, right? Maybe now, because of this sun energy, we can see all of the growth and abundance. We can shine our light on it, and that helps to raise it. Yeah. So again, I think your fortunes are changing. I think good things are happening in your life. I think it's because you are shifting your focus onto it. You're shining your light onto it. It's growing, you're helping it grow. So it's a two-way street. We're not just sitting here waiting for good things to come, right? And we're not out there forcing it, taking it, you know, being aggressive like that. No, this is a peaceful, calm radiance. This is a calm assertiveness and confidence. This is the certainty that you will be successful, that things are going to go your way, that there is this good fortune happening. And it's just the more you shine your light, the more the plants will grow, right? Plants need a lot of sunshine. Well, the same with our lives, with the things that we are trying to grow. Financially, if it's a physical health kind of thing, well-being, nutrition, exercise, if it's your relationships, if it's your creative work, right? Let your light shine in every aspect of your life, and you'll see every aspect of your life grow and blossom and be fruitful and abundant. Okay, very peaceful. The very next card's not so peaceful. It's fire. This is the activity. Now we get to all fire, right? Now this is how we build. This is how we manifest. We've had this kind of peacefulness, right? But it's also time for action. This is the position of your environment. This is the position of timing. And this card is creative activity. It's time to get creative. What do you want to grow? We've got this good philosophy, this good outlook on life, right? This very loving, peaceful, kind, radiant energy, very strong, but very calm. What are you going to create? Let's get creative. Let's use our imagination. And let's get started. What do we want? Is it health? Is it wealth? Is it, just artistic expression? Is it family stuff? Is it career stuff? What are we doing, right? Where do we want to manifest this energy? Yeah. There might be a difficult time deciding what to do with it. When you're shining your light in every direction, it's kind of hard to really see where we're traveling, right? It's difficult to see what our orbit really is, where this star is going. So the next card is that Four of Wands. This is all of this creative activity here. Time to get creative. Time to start manifesting. Time to start building things, doing things, making things. This is arts and crafts. This is painting a picture just to throw it away afterwards. This is just expression, right? This is like just singing out loud. You're not recording it. No one's necessarily listening. So why are we doing it? Because it's a creative expression. We feel moved, right? It doesn't have to be something permanent, something lasting. And I think this is kind of, this is the problem a little bit, because this card's in the position of what we don't want, right? We feel all this radiance. We have this imagination, this creative activity. We know it's time to get to work and start creating. But we want to create something lasting. We don't want our energy just to dissipate into the void of the universe. We want it to shine on something. We want to grow something that's going to be of benefit to ourselves and to others. We don't want a temporary thing. We want to build, I would say the Four of Wands is like a temporary campfire. Put some stones together, you put your fire there, it's good for the night, and then in the morning, you just move on. Put the fire out, put the stones back, then move on. That's not what you want. You want to build something that's lasting. You want to build something with brick and mortar, right? Make it a semi-permanent structure. You want to build a home. You want to build a relationship, a family, a business, a career, an artistic, and a career that way, something creative. You don't want it to just be singing out loud with no one around. You want something that's going to exist, right? I feel like that's kind of part of that Capricorn thing. We want something that we can touch, something that's, tangible. And I think that's where we're focusing our energies. And that's why we have the Eight of Pentacles down here. This is your general energy. This is what you want. This is how you're looking at things. How am I going to grow something that's going to feed everyone, so to speak? And maybe energetically, spiritually, maybe literally. Maybe you're, doing something in gardening, agriculture, food service. Something like this. Now the final card, I like this one, Lust or Strength card. Because this is kind of the counteraction. See, we've got this established structure. We're growing something. There's form here. This is something tangible. This is just creative activity, singing out loud when no one's around. This is, again, the desire to have something tangible, something that is, going to last. And then we counteract that again with the Lust or Strength card, and this is just wild, unbridled creativity. This is improv. This is spontaneity. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. We don't need anybody to hear it or see it or receive it, right? This is just pure creative expression. But inherent in this card is also the need for some kind of control. To somehow harness this unbridled creativity and channel it into something that's going to be practical and useful and expressive and connect and really be part of your purpose. So I think this is quite interesting, that we're wrestling with this a little bit. But now I think we should look at this mystery card. I want this to, I think what we're hoping for is that this mystery card is going to be something tangible, something showing that we are producing something that maybe will outlast us, something more permanent, something that others can receive, something that could be part of our kindness, our expression, our sense of giving, right? Something that others can receive. And I think that's a pretty good problem to have, right? Just to have all of this abundance and this creative power right now. That the only thing left now is just figure out what we want to do with it. It's like getting a big chunk of money, and now we're wrestling with the idea of how best to spend it or invest it, what to do with it, right? So I think this is a big contrast from where we were a few months ago. I think if these are our problems now, then we're in a pretty good place. I think our fortunes are changing. And I think where we're at is kind of right here. We're coming out of the tail end of this difficult period. We're getting this peace of mind, right? We're just kind of recovering from what we went through. And this is everything that we're kind of generating now. We've got this creative, earth and fire kind of energy that's coming out of us. And I love the earth and the fire. This is really the ability to manifest whatever you want. So I think our fortunes really are changing. But as far as this card goes, I'm thinking more earth energy, showing that yes, we are building something. We've constructed something. Let's see what it is. Oh, all right. Wheel of Fortune. Well, there's the confirmation. Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves trying to figure out exactly what the future is going to look like. Let's just be happy that the tide seems to be turning. Things seem to be going in our favor now. Right? This is the good news. The good fortune is coming. Good fortune is here, I think this is a wave of very strong creative energy into your life. And this is what we need to focus on, because this is kind of right in between here. The Wheel of Fortune. I think you're no longer on the bottom of that wheel now. Things are looking up. I think we are getting back on top of things. It's your time to shine now, And all of these other energies, I think this is what you're going to have to think about going forward. But for now, maybe we just kind of rest and relax in the knowledge that we're out of this fire and things are going to be going our way. Yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. We are going to do an extended reading, Capricorn. If you would like to stick around for that, just click right up there. Okay. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Capricorn, but for every sign. So I encourage you to cross-watch. Maybe check that Cancer reading. Check your other placements. Cross-watch. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the very most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.